What's going on? It is Craig Bennett, aka CashKeg, here with another Prize Picks video. I'm gonna give you 5 of my favorite Prize Picks. Good night yesterday. We almost had the full sweep on the 4 picks that I gave. We had Herb Jones, the one we missed. We had over 11.5 points. He only hit 11, so missed it by half. But we also had Hart over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and he put up 28. We had Ingram at over 5 assists, and he put up 6. And then we had CP3 over 9 assists, and he hit 11. Now, that's the one I want to talk about. We had someone mention in the comments, which I'm very thankful for, where he's mentioned up that Dallas gives up one of the fewest assists per team. So, right, that was a true stat. It's something to look at. I looked at it. It's just sometimes one of those things where you kind of have to, for me, it's just like I'll look beyond the numbers. If I feel like a matchup for a guy like that is, a guy like that, he gets up for big games, right? So even though they don't give up much assist, we know that's what he does. CP3 gets up for those big games like that. So that was the reasoning for the pick. The numbers definitely didn't line up for that pick, but that's the reason why I did it. But thank you very much for that, for giving that information in the comments. I love that. I love the feedback. I want to keep the dialogue going in the comments. So very thankful for that. Glad we hit it though. Again, 3 out of 4, almost had the sweep, but hopefully we can get it tonight. If you like these videos, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep this rolling. Hopefully I can help you win some money. And if you don't have a PrizePicks account, head on over to prizepicks.com. Use promo code DFSArmy, get that 100% instant deposit match up to $100. But let's roll in it today. All right, as you can see, I got the prizepicks.com desktop app up here, and I'm going to go through the picks that I like, and I will go through them top to bottom, kind of the ones that I like down to the least confident. So we'll talk about a few of these, and I'll talk about a few other ones as well, but I'll give you my top 5 that we'll be tracking and see how they do. So the first one here, we're going right back to the gamut here. We're going right back you heard my rant about the Butler rant here, but we're going right back to this thing, right back to it. We're going to go over Jimmy Butler, 7 assists here. I think he's going to come out on fire. He's going to come out. I think he puts up a triple-double against Atlanta, to be honest with you, but over 7 assists here. There's no Lowry. He is still out. So we know Jimmy Butler's going to be running point again. Atlanta gives up the second most assists to point guard at a little over 9 at 9.17. So this is something that, again, we can take advantage of. He's going to be motivated. I just like the over 7 assists here. Again, I think he could probably try to score a little bit more, but that doesn't mean he's not going to facilitate, So I think we get a triple-double out of Jimmy Butler here, and the over 7 assists, I'm going right back to the well. Again, got ejected last game, really tilted a lot of people, including myself, and he didn't play the whole game, only had 3 assists in 15 minutes. But again, I think he gets this over, so I'm going right back to the well. Jimmy Butler over 7 assists. The next one here, I was torn between 2 picks here. We're just going to pick one of them, but they're both for Kyrie Irving again. Again, we don't have no Durant, so it's going to be a lot of Kyrie Irving and James Harden. And like I mentioned before, James Harden is the facilitator, and Kyrie Irving is the scorer in this. Now, I saw some people talk about it, but no, that's how it is. They're both going to score. They're both going to facilitate. Don't get me wrong. But when they're both on the floor together, James Harden's going to be the more facilitator, and Kyrie Irving is going to be the one that's shooting more. So I do like the Kyrie Irving over 5 assists. He's put up 7 and 9 in the 2 games without Durant. So I do like this over. I don't mind putting this one up here as well. But since some people kind of don't like me to put up 2 picks because you can't play 2 picks of the same person, I'm just going to mention him. This would be a very popular pick for me. I like it a lot. But I'm just going to move over to the points. I'm going to go the points. I like both of them. I think you can play either one of them. I like them about the same. Maybe the assist a little bit more, but I'm going to put points here on this one. Over 24.5 points. He shot the ball 23 times in the last 2 games, putting up 30 and 27 real-life points here. The Spurs give up the 7th most points against point guards at 24.14. I just think he's going to continue to shoot. And again, he's looked really, really good. So again, we're going to lean the over points here, but I like the over assist as well. So I don't mind taking either one of these. I still think they're a little low. I think Kyrie Irving's assist numbers should be closer to 7 or 8 instead of 5. And I think his points are too low. I think it should be closer to like 27.5 or 28. So I think we're getting some value here, and that's where we're gonna take the over Kyrie Irving 24.5 points here, because I think he's gonna continue to put up big numbers, and I don't think the line has moved quite enough on him. The next one here, we're going to go right over to assists. We're going to go down to one we talked about a couple nights ago that hit, but wasn't in our main five here. But we're going to go Terry Rozier over 4.5 assists. Now, he's done this 3 out of his last 5 games, and the 2 that he missed, he's missed just by a half here, 4 and 4. But going up against OKC, they give up the most assists in the league to point guard at 9.23. It's a game that great game environment. We can go back and forth. I love to attack it in DFS. But just looking at the assist numbers at over 4.5, I think there's a lot of room for that. They've juiced up to Melo at 8, right? And again, I think that has a lot to do with, again, those numbers against OKC around the point guard. But we have Rozier's going to have the ball a ton in his hands. Same with Ball. One of them is going to run the point when they're on the court. They move the ball around a lot. So I just feel like I would rather take Rozier's. It's a little low. Balls is probably a little about right, and I don't mind taking the over on that one. But I'm going to lean Terry Rozier over this 4.5 assists, though. I just think that's a little bit too low. We're going to stay in this assist category. We're going to come down here to the Denver game, where we have Denver at our Memphis at Denver. And we got a lot of injuries in this game, right? So Memphis is still without Desmond Bane. Tyus Jones is out. Kyle Anderson. So there's a lot of guards that are missing, right? There's no Bane, there's no Jones. He's going to have the ball in his hands a ton. So we're going to go over 7.5 assists for Ja Morant here. So if just looking at some of the books out there as well, it's juiced up to minus 145 on the over on this as well at some of the books. So I just love this over 7.5 assists. He's done it 4 of his last 5 games. That last game when he had very similar injury situation against Milwaukee, which I was a little worried they're going to stay in it, but Ja's, he's putting it on him. So 14.5 assists or 14 assists he had that game. So again, him running point a lot. This game is sitting at 220 over under, and Denver's only favored by 4. So the Vegas thinks this is going to be a close game, and it's a game that we can attack. And I do like that Ja Morant over 7.5 assists. I think he puts up over 10 again. As long as Triple J's hitting those shots, as long as those guys are hitting their shots, some of that pick and roll a little bit with Adams, I think he's going to get over that 7.5 assists. So definitely one that I like. And Denver gives up the 4th most assists in the league at 8.97. So again, a great matchup for Morant as well. And just with the injury consideration in him, that's something that we're going to look at. And the last main pick here we're going to look at, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I like to keep these videos kind of short so you guys can just get your research on, get some picks, and go about your day. Is we're going to go Bam Adebayo, the Bam Bam, over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Going up against Atlanta, one of those things where there's no Lowry, there's no Tyler Hero. Atlanta gives up the 6th most fantasy points against centers. So whenever the projection comes out for fantasy points, we'll have to look that one as well. So when it comes out, we'll see what it is. Maybe we'll take that one at the over. But since we don't have it in here, since I'm doing this video at about 8:30 this morning on the East Coast, we're going to go over 28.5 fantasy points. Again, now he smashed this last game against Portland, but Butler got ejected, and he ended up putting up 35 points, rebounds, and assists. I think we're going to see something around the same 30 to 32 is probably what I would project him as. But again, without those guys, with Butler running point, he's going to get him involved. So that's going to help him as well. And I can see this being just a little bit too light. So that's my 5th pick. I wish we could see the fantasy points because I might like that better than the points, rebounds, and assists. But I do want some action here when you're missing 2 key clogs in your lineup here. I like to take advantage of that, just kind of like we did with Brooklyn a couple nights ago, and how we're kind of looking at them a little bit again today. Very similar situation. So those are the 5 picks we have. We'll go one more time. Jimmy Butler over 7 assists. Kyrie Irving over 24.5 points. And again, we like that over 5 assists as well. Love that one as well. Terry Rozier over 4.5 assists. John Morant over 7.5 assists. And Bam Adebayo over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is something new that PrizePicks added. It's fantastic. Love it. So we're just going to leave it at these 5. If you have a favorite pick, throw something in the comments. I will comment on it, give you my analysis on it. Hopefully we can continue to make some money. Wish we would have hit 4 for 4 yesterday, but hey, man, as long as we're winning money, we're building that bankroll. That's what it is all about. Big day today. Lots of picks. I'm sure there'll be more than I'm in there. If you want, head on over to DFSArmy and use promo code CashKeg, and we have a PrizePicks tool that takes my projections, bounces them off the PrizePicks line automatically, and will give you the best picks, and it updates throughout the day as the PrizePicks line move. It's a fantastic tool. You can get over there at DFSArmy.com. Before that, hit that like button on your way out. TGIF. Appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you on the flip side. Deuces.